All right, Shalom, Shalom. First thing I want to do is give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, brothers, pushing His word with true sincerity and with charity. So what I want to go into, first thing I want to address, this is fair use. At this time, this channel may make use of copyrighted material in accordance with the Fair Use Act. The Fair Use Act is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holder under Section 107 of Copyright Act since of 1976, which states allowances made for fair use of copyrighted material for purpose of commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teachings, and or scholarships. It provides for legal, non-licensed citation and or incorporation of copyrighted material by others which might be infringing under other circumstances. So this is for informational purposes only. Not making any money. This is for informational purposes only. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, you brothers, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. So we got a lot of things going on in the news. We got a lot of things going on in the world today. All right. But what's the big thing that's going on right now is this impending crash that's coming. All right, the economy. I'm gonna play maybe 5 minutes of this video. It's really gonna explain what's really going on, which is this is Audrey, all right, Vladimir, all right. The title is China rejects U.S. ultimatum. $17.2 billion crash as Trump pressures UK to cut Beijing ties. Right? So basically what's going on, Trump want to put the pressure on China because we are the major, Americans are the they Americans are the biggest consumers on the planet. So what Trump is trying to do is tax them for that, right? But really it's backfiring. And right now we got a trade war going on, which is really, it's the prelude to the big three, the big three. All right. The big three. Trump is doing an amazing job. This dude is the GOAT. This guy's doing an amazing job of letting the 10 horns hate him. All right, as you're gonna watch in this video. All right, so we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna and I got a couple scriptures afterwards.
China just gained the upper hand in a war America thought it was winning. Bessent demanded Beijing surrender its currency weapons, yet it was the dollar that collapsed. Now U.S. factories are choking on their own tariffs. Ocean freight from China down 60%.
Ocean freight down 60%. Now that's detrimental to the country. All right, like the scriptures also going to the store shelves shall be suddenly made empty. All right, it is. We might be. This might be it, man. If this continue, if this continue at the rate that it's continuing, all right, we might be in a world of trouble. All right, in the next month or so, month and a half or so. All right, because you got, say, 5 weeks before Target, Walmart, basically these major stores that got warehouses and stockpiles. All right, before you start seeing you start seeing what they have empty out. All right, so let's see what's gonna happen, man. Because Lord willing, this is it. This is what we want,
Retail shelves could run dry in 5 weeks. As Washington scrambles, Trump's ordering Britain to cut ties with China, only to be met with silence. Meanwhile, Beijing's playing the long game. This isn't policy, it's economic warfare. So what happens when your biggest ally stops following your playbook and your biggest rival starts writing the next one? Scott Bessent's call for China to maintain a strong yuan while the US dollar weakens wasn't just bold. It may have been structurally self-defeating. The US dollar index has plunged nearly 10% since January 2025, but instead of fueling a manufacturing boom, it's inflaming cost pressures across US supply chains still reliant on Chinese components. The tariffs Washington imposed, some reaching as high as 145%, were designed to force China to pivot inward.
Stop using ChatGPT like everyone else and do this.
Hold on. I don't want to see on there. See, that's how they get you. Turn the volume down on this.
Immediate goods blocked and domestic industry underbuilt, the dollar's fall is feeding inflation rather than exports. You can't devalue into a supply shortage, said Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's, in a recent note, warning that the combination of tight inventories and import costs was a perfect storm. Meanwhile, the yuan has remained remarkably stable, devaluing just 3.2% year-to-date, showing that Beijing isn't folding, it's watching. And with $17.2 billion in net short positions placed against the dollar last month, according to CFTC data, global markets are betting Bessent's gamble is already spiraling out of control. The US dollar index dropped nearly 10% between January and April 2025, falling from 105.2 to 94.8, according to Bloomberg. A plunge that was supposed to spur exports, but instead triggered higher input costs for US manufacturers still dependent on Chinese goods. Meanwhile, China's yuan has held relatively firm, slipping just 3.2% over the same period, a stark contrast to the 14.5% devaluation during the 2018 trade war. As Scott Bessent called for a stronger RMB and a weaker dollar to rebalance global manufacturing, Chinese policymakers quietly took advantage. The People's Bank of China cut its one-year loan prime rate to 3.35% in March, fueling domestic demand without currency instability. The dollar decline is now working in Beijing's favor, says HSBC strategist David Bloom, who warned that a soft dollar with no industrial substitute in place creates stagflationary conditions instead of export growth. The contradiction Bessent failed to resolve is now being exploited by China with precision and patience. U.S. retailers are now caught in a countdown they can't escape. As of April 2025, shipping volumes from China to U.S. ports, especially Los Angeles and Long Beach, have dropped by 61%, according to data from Flexport and Panjiva. The National Retail Federation warned in a joint statement that inventory levels across major chains like Walmart and Target will begin to show critical strain within 5 to 7 weeks unless imports normalize. The culprit? Tariffs that now range from 75% to 145% on core goods like electronics, auto parts, and textiles. That's pushed costs up across the board. The average landed cost of consumer electronics rose 32% year over year, according to UBS, while the price of imported furniture has surged 45%.
So a lot of the cheap furniture you get, these stores that's, in the hood, you can get I just purchased a couch at a fair price. And you go to Value City and you go to these different places. These places are made in China. All right. The cost of these furnitures they're gonna go up. The cost of different goods you get, like electronics, your Samsung TVs, your all your TVs. Cause most of them are made in China. Right? Let's see. Let's ask Google. All right. Let's Say what VS is. Nope. That's crazy. All right, let's see. What TVs are made in China? Hisense, TCL, Skyworth. All right. It says many other TV brands also. And a lot of these brands are what? You find them in where? Walmart. All right. So a lot of people are gonna, people that's moving into new houses and things of that nature. These TVs that used to be $200-$300 are now gonna be $700-$900, man. All right. So they really eliminating, all right, because it's gonna go. So LG, Samsung, Sony, a lot of these TVs are made in China. So what's gonna happen? All right, and then what they're not what's going on is a lot of things are made in China. All right, so that's gonna cause what? Hyperinflation, because shit is gonna shoot through the roof because of these tariffs. Like Trump say, this dude the GOAT. He say, so what? They're not gonna be able to have $5. They may be able to have one good one, right? Which means like the shit is gonna fucking skyrocket. He want people to be cool with this, this plan of okay, you may not be able to have what you want to have right now. Hey, let me work. But that ain't people are too comfortable with their complacency, man. All right? With having over much more than what they need. All right? A lot of people are not complacent. Satisfied with what they have. All right? They're not content. That's the right word. They're not content. All right? And it's always the next new big thing, It's Zephaniah 1:10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, all right, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills, all right, and that's going to the economy, all right, the economy, all right. It say, how ye inhabitants of Mektesh, all right, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. So when you see these things happen, you got our wicked people, you got the wicked of our nation are saying that this shit ain't gonna happen. But we clearly telling you, all right, we've been telling you this shit for decades. All right. From the apostles, from their elders, from the apostles and from my elders, and now me. All right, and us other prophets that's out here telling you. We've been telling you, look, we've been telling you gas gonna shoot the fuck up before it shot up. When you was complaining about $2.15 of gas. All right, we was telling you the gas was gonna shoot up to damn near $5 to $10. We've been telling you that. All right, here in Chicago, all right, in certain places in the city, if you go up north, god damn it, gas $6 a gallon for premium. All right, which is wild. All right, in the suburbs, the property taxes went up, god damn it, 100% damn near some places. Some places went from paying, god damn it, like my mother say she used to pay like $600-$700 a year, no, $1,300 a year in taxes, but now her taxes. Hey, y'all, get away from my door! Man, the kids. She went to paying $1,300 to almost $4,000 in taxes. I'm doing a sit down. Y'all go in there with Mommy Hannah. Shut daddy door. You hungry? Okay, mom. Go tell Mommy Hannah she gonna feed you. All right. So all of these things are taking place, man. So what do you think? What do you think is the real issue? You think it's because no, the real issue is the dollar is not. It doesn't have strength. It doesn't have power. It doesn't have buying power anymore. All right. So when you say you seen the dollar just dropped what 10%. All right, since January. That means the dollar has lost 10% of its buying power. That means everything is gonna go up 10%. Now you have an extra 10% that's attached. All right, because the dollar is not worth, is losing value. All right. All right. This is Revelation 18. I'm gonna start it. Let's start at 9, because really it said the lament for Babylon. That's the heading, right? So let's really tell you what's gonna happen, because what's happening, everybody's shooting themselves in the foot. All right, Chinese people ain't spending money like that. They making money off of exports. All right, Americans are the ones that spend the money. All right. Americans are the ones who are spending most of the money, you know. So if it's shooting everybody in the foot, this gonna affect everybody. This not just gonna affect, all right, just the United States. No, this is gonna affect the BRIC nations, and this is gonna affect, all right, the UN and other nations and This is affecting the whole world. All right. This is something that's gonna be this next turmoil that's coming, like the scriptures say. All right, let me get that real quick. Daniels. All right, let me get that real quick. Still don't know how to use the blue letter too good, but bear with me. Okay. Alright. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. Even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. So around the same time, all of these things is going to be going on. You're going to see all hell breaking loose, but also you're going to see the salvation of the elect, man, of the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai, man, of Yasharallah, man. That's what all this is going to be happening simultaneously. All right. Like the elect is going to be straight, like the scriptures say. Only with thy eyes shall thy see it. All right. It say 1,000 gonna fall at your left, 10,000 gonna fall at thy right. All right. And it says it shall not come nigh unto thee. All right. So the rest of you people, what you gonna do? Cause you ain't got no help. Cause your rock has sold you. You niggas is cooked. All right. Because you thinking it's something, oh, we need a reset. Yo, man, I hear niggas that say that. I hear niggas saying they need a reset. But you don't understand what comes with that reset. You don't understand what comes with that reset. All right? It's Revelation 18. I'm going to start at 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, which is when them joints drop. All right, standing afar off from for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. All right, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Right, because America is the consumer. This place is on fire, man. Right? The merchandise of gold and of silver and silver, and precious stones, of pearls, of fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all thy wood, and all thy manner of vessels of ivory, and the manners of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointment, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beast, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. That's why you got something called human resources. When you go to your company, it's called human resources. All right, so all of these things are being. If you can see, America imports all of these things, man. But this is what you got. This is what you got coming, man. China rejects ultimatum. This crash is coming, man. Whether or not this shit level out, which Lord willing, I hope it don't. Because the faster this place go down, is the faster Yahweh Shema Shai come and get us. Like the scriptures say, if this evil not come, then the good, we ain't gonna get there. And so to speak, you know. This has to happen, man. This has to happen. If you truly want, the Lord to come rescue you, all this shit, all the turmoil, all the chaos, it gotta happen. So let it happen. You know? So with that, you know, I just hope it was edifying. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash, Devil unto the apostle, elders, a great millstone. Salutations, you brothers, pushing this word with truth, say with charity. Shalom and above the ball.